This is lesson 3 on adding and subtracting like fractions.
What page was that, guys?
Page 284. Page 284.
Do I need this extra practice page so I accidentally ripped it out?
Get recycled.
We're almost done this whole book.
Page 284. And if you have a question or comment, remember to raise your hand, okay? Somebody open the door, please. Yes, Steve.
Can I go to the bathroom before we start the book?
Go really quick, but I'm not going to wait for you. Okay, so we're just starting the lesson. We're on page 284. Okay? Okay, so we're adding and subtracting like fractions. Looking at the little pink box at the top, it says to add and subtract like fractions, add or subtract the numerators, and write the result over the denominator. So this is something that you guys have done right along. You're gonna notice in this lesson though, now we have negatives. So if you're adding and subtracting negative fractions are using the same rules as integers, okay? So example 1, we have like denominators. 5/9 plus 2/9. Yeah. Can you not see past that?
It's just blocking some stuff, but it's fine.
Do you want to sit right there for the lesson and then you can move back? Or you can sit at the table?
I can't see the IXL,
So 5/9 plus 2/9, we add our numerators and the denominator stays the same, so we get 7/9. Example 2, you'll notice we have 2 negative fractions. Who remembers the rule for adding negative numbers? Jada. The answer is negative, right? So if we have negative 3/5 plus negative 1/5, we get a negative 4/5 for our answer. And remember that the parentheses are not anything that you need to worry about. They're just separating your plus sign from the negative symbol. So if we look down at the examples on the bottom, 1/3 plus 2/3. Who can tell me the answer for that? Michael?
Let's go.
1/3 plus 2/3. What's 1 plus 2?
I can't see your fingers.
Positive 1.
1, 4.
That's going to be 3/3.
I got it right.
So that is 1 whole. Yep.
Okay, I see my thumb. That'll be 1 on 1.
B, we have negative 3/7 plus 1/7. Jada?
Negative 2/7.
Negative 2/7. Yep. When we have a negative and a positive fraction or number, we subtract and we take the sign of the number with the greatest absolute value. So that would be a negative. So we have negative 2/7. What about negative 2/5 plus negative 2/5? What do you guys think that would be, DJ?
4/5. Negative 4/5.
Good. Negative 4/5. When we add 2 negatives, our answer's a negative.
I know
And the last one, okay, Grayson, negative 1/4 plus 1/4.
0.
0. What do we call numbers when we have a negative and a positive like that? And
Negative.
An integer.
It's an
Opposing.
Opposites. Yes, they combine to make 0. Okay, so let's turn to the next page. We'll be doing integers all year. They're mixed into everything really. Okay, so example 3, we're going to read the word problem. And it says Sophia ate 3/5 of a cheese pizza, Jack ate 1/5 of a cheese pizza, and 2/5 of a pepperoni pizza. How much pizza did Sophia and Jack eat all together?
20.
So they're Tara? Yep. asking us to
They
determine?
ate 1 and 1/4.
They
They're
ate-
asking us to add all of them together and see how much they ate all together.
Okay. And how much did Sophia and Jack eat all together?
1 and 1/4.
1 and 1.
1 and 2/4.
1 and 1/5.
1 and 1/5. Good, Michael.
Fifth?
There's no way.
How was there fifth?
Yeah, you got it. But this is blurry, but if you look in your book, you'll see 3/5
Oh,
plus
I thought we were on
1/5 plus
80.
2/5.
And
And so that is 1 and 1/5. That's okay. Okay, so let's try example 4. Now we're gonna subtract like fractions. We have -5/8 minus 3/8. This is example 4. So we're using our same rules for subtraction that we have used before, where we add the
Earthquake.
opposite, right? We add the opposite. So that means that we're gonna have -5/8 plus -3/8. So we add our numerators, -5 plus -3 is -8, and we have -8/8. Can we simplify that?
Yes.
What's it simplify to? Who can tell me?
1.
Raise your hand, Grayson.
0.
-8/8. What's it simplify to? It's a fraction, so it's gonna be negative.
Would it be -2?
If you have 8/8, what's that simplify to?
My hand. It would be.
8/8 simplifies to 1, so -8/8 would be negative.
Negative 2.
No, it simplifies to
-1.
-1.
How do you guys not know that?
Because I thought at the start I thought that it was only 8 that was negative. Then I realized, oh, I have
The whole thing's negative. So it simplifies to -1. -8/8 is -1.
I have a question.
What's your question?
So if like, if it's if the negative sign is like on the new denominator, is that wait? I meant numerator. Numerator's on top, right?
Yeah.
If the negative sign's on the numerator, it's just like a negative.
The whole fraction's negative. Yeah, and you'll notice in your book, this is written like 5/8 with the negative here. And I wrote the negative up here, which I shouldn't have done because that probably is confusing to you. So it should be written like this with the negative sign right beside your fraction bars. So that tells you the whole fraction is negative, okay? So sorry about that, you guys. Let's look at,
If we get all the homework done, you should reward us.
well, probably not.
10 minutes.
Let's try not to blur it out in a lesson, okay? So -5, or example 5, we have 5/8 minus 7/8. So we add the opposite. So we have 5/8 plus -7/8 equals. So now I'm adding a positive and a negative fraction, so we use our addition rules. Dawson,
2 8s.
2/8? Yep, that's right. Is it gonna be negative or positive?
Negative 2 8s.
Because you subtract, 7 minus 5 is 2, so we get a -2/8. And that simplifies to what?
Negative
1 and 1/4.
-1/4.
I mean, it's negative 1/4, yes.
Yep. So let's try an example at the bottom. Let's try F. 5, we'll do G too. DJ.
3/9 goes down to 1/3.
Right, good.
Oh yeah.
So 5/9 minus 2/9 is 3/9, which simplifies to 1/3. So let's try G, negative 5/9 minus 2/9.
It's 2 next for cool.
Well,
Jada,
Negative 7/9.
negative 7/9,
didn't let me
good.
say words.
Negative
So-
7/9, so I don't understand.
Negative, watch and I'll do it on the board. Negative 5/9. Then we add the opposite, so add negative 2/9.
Can
Like
I
that?
number H?
And then you just add negative 5 and negative 2 is negative 7. So negative 7/9.
Oh, okay.
I would
That's
do
the next
number
one over.
H.
It's negative.
Number.
Okay, what's the answer for H, Grayson?
It's negative 6/12.
Yeah, negative 6/12. Can we simplify that fraction?
Yes.
Negative 1.
Negative 1/2.
Yeah,
Good, Grayson.
Wait, do we have our homework now?
We have one more example on the next page, and
Wait.
then
Do we have homework?
yeah, you'll have some homework to do. You have lots of time. You guys have really done well
Can
with
we
this
use
lesson.
calculators?
I don't think you'll need a calculator though,
So
because
easy.
you're just adding and subtracting.
Can I start doing them now?
I don't need
Not
one.
yet,
Mom
because
will
you
get
don't know what I'm gonna give you yet, and I want you to listen to this last one. Okay, listen. Mason's listening, I can tell, and Grayson's listening, and Jada and Gwen are listening, Chloe's listening, good. So now we are choosing an operation for a real world problem. And it says, this is example 6 on page 286. It says about 6/100ths of the population of the United States lives in Florida. Another 4/100ths lives in Ohio. About what fraction more of the US population lives in Florida than in Ohio? What operation is it, DJ?
2%.
What operation now? Are you adding or subtracting?
Subtracted.
You're gonna subtract, yep. Because it says about what fraction more. So 6/100ths minus 4/100ths is
2% more.
it is 2%, or no, 2/100ths. That would be 2%, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can simplify that to 1/50th.
How?
1% of 50.
If you divide your
Oh,
numerator
yeah, I
and
get it,
denominator
I
by
get
2. So you went above and beyond with that one because they didn't even ask for the percentage and you changed it to a percent, so good job.
Should give me candy.
Do you guys have any questions?
I want a squishy. I want a
No,
squishy.
Can I
Dawson.
go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
I thought my water bottle was
We start now.
Yeah, so yours, you need water, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your assignment is gonna be this page, numbers 1 through 7. So page 286, 1 through 7, and then page 287, 1 through 9. And I want you guys to really challenge yourselves
What's
and
the
read
first grade?
read through the word problems, and I want you to do your best with the word problems because you can do that. Yes.
Can we not do 3 on the first page?
3?